question was, if you could live anywhere besides the United States, where would you want to live? Now, I've been all over the United States. I live in Las Vegas. If I could choose anywhere to live, it would be San Diego in the United States. I love San Diego. I could see myself living there. It's just really expensive, and I can't make the money there that I make here in Vegas. But if I could live anywhere in the United States, it's where I'm living right now. That's why I'm still here. Because I know that I can go other places. I could go to Biloxi, Mississippi, and live there if I wanted to. But outside the country, places I've been so far, I think living in Rome would be really cool. Where we stayed, I think you can get a reasonable apartment in Rome for like $1,000 a month, and you'd live there. And like, I don't know, as a expat, I think I could probably give tours because I speak English. Like, people need that. Like, speaking English is actually like a good thing there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But one place I'm about to go in a couple months is Belize, down in South America. And the reason why the idea of moving there is that your money goes a lot farther.
Yeah.
Things are cheaper. And there's some stuff we were just talking about, reading about. So you type in houses to buy in Belize, right? All these websites come up. I got on this website and had all these different properties. And it was cool because there was businesses on there you could buy. The one that was interesting is $1.7 million, which seems like a lot of money. Well, it is a lot of money. But it was a bar, a store, and a car wash all together, like a big complex, right?
Oh, wow.
And it said that it brought in $500,000 a year. So 1.7 to buy something that makes you $500,000 a year, that's a good deal. You could probably get a loan on a bank, although I don't know if American Bank would be loaning me money to buy businesses in Belize. But there's a bank out there that will.
I'm going.
I'll probably go to the same Russian bank that Trump goes to. Big bank to give me money to do that kind of shit.
Hey, you want $30 million
There you
to
go.
run for president? $70 million?
But the real estate, right? So I'm looking at these houses, right? And you're right. I found a house for $12,000, but it was literally a fucking like a tree house on a little piece of property around the beach, though, man. $12,000. It had electricity, it had water, but it was a shithole dump. But still, man, you could live there.
You could fix that
You know
shit
what I
up
mean?
and be like, hey, I'm in a treehouse.
It was in a 30 by 30 lot, feet by 30 feet, with a fence around it and a fucking treehouse, dude. One big room. Hey, whatever. I found this house. It was like $270,000, right? It was on 2 acres, totally fenced in, but it had 3 houses on the property. It had a caretaker's house, and another house, and then a guest house, and the main house. So you got 3 houses. Then you had all these greenhouses as well, and a bunch of garages and sheds, and a bunch of fruit trees on the property, right? But the best part of it was at the very end, it lists everything. It goes, the property also includes 2 guard dogs. They're very well trained and have never left the property. But there's no pictures of the dogs. They don't tell you what kind of dogs. They're just throwing in dogs into fucking real estate deals down in Belize.
So
Like,
what
what is
if that house stayed on the market for like 2 years? There's the dogs have
Probably
no
pass
teeth.
away.
And shit. Yeah.
It was, I don't know, like again, I was just a couple weeks ago, I looked at it. It was just odd. And then you don't know if that site's legit anyway. Like, you can't go, send off $10,000 checks and random fucking places
No way.
for down payments or whatnot. But that's why we're going down there to check it out. We're going to go down there and check it out.
But from what I remember the time I've been there, it was a very, very cool place. I love Costa Rica, but it's getting too many Americans down there.
So you're right there. You're 2 countries. You got Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico's right there. So that's all covered by Belize. But Honduras is a big country, and that's supposed to be really nice.
But you know what?
It's all coastline.
It's weird, though. That's a weird place.
Guatemala is like almost landlocked. That's one thing about
Hookah's
Guatemala.
real cheap in Honduras.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and it's Spanish, and it's very corrupt.
Yeah.
So is Belize, though. But I've been told that that's just something you have to accept. Like, it's just how it is. Like, if you want to do something and the cop shows up, man, you slip the guy $20, and you just fucking go about your business. And that's just how it is, They're not corrupt as in, like, trying to rob you and stuff like that, but everybody wants to kick back.
Everybody wants a little something extra.
Yeah. And I guess it's just something you have to get used to. That's just how it works down there. I mean, I don't know. It might be better if it was like that around here, Like, I want to have a party, and it's going to be too loud. The cops show up, I give them $100, they leave. I get to have my party still. I don't know. That might not be so bad if it's like the way it was here. The problem with America is the corruption is at the top. You know what I mean? At least down there, the corruption is at the bottom, and you can see it, and you can have some control over it. Here, the cops are legit. The corruption's in the fucking White House, all the way up in Congress.
All the way up, all the lobbyists and all that stuff. But if I had my choice, I'm thinking about making a pilgrimage there in December.
Down to Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I'm going to Zimbabwe.
I'd like to go to South Africa. I'd like to go to Africa.
And I want to go to, because, the U.S. has sanctions on Zimbabwe, so they have no connection to the banking. They have no connection to, they basically disassociated with everything, and from the stuff I've seen, it's very, very modernized. It's very they got their own thing going on down there.
Okay, what do they use for money? They got their own.
They got their own
dollars.
currency and everything
currency.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Belize has their own currency, but it's linked to the dollar or dollar. Basically, it's always $2. You get two Belize dollars for every American dollar. It doesn't matter if the dollar goes up or down; it's always double, or whatever. But what do they? Is it a dollar? Is it a Zimbabwe dollar? They have their own banks.
They have their own banks. Yeah.
They base it on oil, or do they base?
They're trying to get it based on oil.
Why do we have sanctions on them? Does it have to do with the animal trade?
But no, it was when it was called Rhodesia, and they kicked all the European farmers out of there.
That's
And they told them, you stole our land, so we want all those mines, we want all that back.
That'd be cool, man, to fly to Cape Town. Spend a couple days in Cape Town.
Because the only thing about South Africa now, I've been reading, they're having riots and shit down in South Africa now. There's going to be some shit that goes on down there. And Zimbabwe's right there, and Mozambique is right there, and those countries are kind of, Mozambique and Zimbabwe are pretty much similar. Where
there's a lot of wild stuff going on in Africa all the time.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Because they're trying to keep the Chinese out of there, the Chinese and the Indians out of there.
They're moving in, buying
Yeah,
property.
they're trying to buy up all the property and everything. But I want to move there, just somewhere on the river near Victoria Falls.
You got to go there first, though, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm just saying.
Go visit. That's what we're
But
doing.
I've been scouting out.
I've been looking at all this property, but I can't even think about it until I go there and actually get the pulse on the place.
I want to go there and get the pulse.
And that's what we're saying. We're not staying in those fucking fancy resort.
No,
We're staying Airbnbs. We're staying like in people's houses and shit. They speak English though in Zimbabwe, right?
Yeah, they speak
so
English.
that's good because I want to learn Spanish, but it's it's a hard thing to do. But I tried. I should probably keep trying.
I refuse to speak Spanish.
But they speak English in Belize. That's why
I can speak some, but I refuse to speak Spanish. I refuse.
It's all Spanish.
I'm just, you know what? You want to live here? You speak.
Come on, man! Goddamn, you sound like a Trump supporter.
No, I'm not at all. I'm just being
people
real.
speak English. English. The United States does not have an official language.
I know, but
For a reason.
What? If you want to come here and make money,
I agree. It's probably a better idea. Could you imagine living here and not speaking English? That must be really scary.
I know. I mean, I don't knock their hustle. People that come here, but I'm like, listen, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna learn on my terms. You want to earn my money?
I think it's cool to be able to speak 2 languages.
I mean,
I wish
yeah.
I could speak them all. I wish I could speak all. There's like 400 languages. Probably more than that.
Yeah.
It's 200 countries, but I know there's around double that in languages. And then there's other languages that like
don't exist
they
anymore.
don't exist anymore, like Latin, and there's other sorts of other dead languages. That was just wild. I was reading this thing the other day. It was I think it was the
I speak
Navajos.
just enough. I speak just enough in Spanish to get by. But I'm just like, but that's when I go to Mexico or something like that,
Well, yeah, and they're neighbors of ours, dude. You know what I mean? They really are right there. We're sitting learning a little bit.
But I'm just like,
Like even in Rome, like you just need to speak Italian. Like I've said, it would be cool to live in Rome because I can speak it. Because you go there, most of them speak English, just because, But you definitely learning. We tried learning Italian, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
She is Italian. She can't speak Italian.
really?
What you got, babe? Throw me some Italian. Count to 5.
I can't do numbers. I didn't get that far in my.
What's a cat? Spanish is gato. It's gato.
Gato.
Hat is sombrero. Green is verde.
Verde.
Verde. Limon.
You didn't tell your story about when you were in Key West and you were trying to figure out which word was for hat.
Oh, so that was fucking funny. So me and my mom go to Kmart. My mom wants to buy a Beats hat. And for whatever reason, my mom said just fucking trying to find it herself, wants to ask everybody that's earshot, ask for help. So find a guy. And we're in Little Havana, right, Hialeah, right in Miami.
Hialeah, yeah.
That's Little Cuba, And they all speak Spanish down there. That's just how it is down there. You're in their neighborhood. Going back to that. Let's go up to the guy, and he doesn't speak any English. My mom's like, hat. And then he starts doing this stuff, and the guy just does not understand what we're saying at all. It's going on for like 5 minutes. Finally, we turn the corner, there they all are, a bunch of fucking hats. So we buy the hat, and my mom decides to go back to the guy with it, just to ask, all we want to know is how you say hat in Spanish. Simple question. And some lady there, and she's like supervisor, so she can, she can speak English, and she's like sombrero, and we feel like the biggest idiots in the world because everybody fucking knows sombrero, duh. Now obviously there's a difference between a sombrero that you think Americans think that sombrero basically means hat, period. There's different designs of hats. There's baseball hats. There's winter hats. They all have different Spanish names, but yeah, sombrero. We just felt like idiots. And then I felt like an idiot. I was like, why didn't I just say sombrero?
But yeah,
To the guy. The other one that happens at work all the time is lemon.
lemon. Yeah.
So lemon and lime mean the same thing. It's called lemon, and it means lemon or lime. So when you're in certain places in Mexico, you say lemon. In certain places you get lime, certain places you get lemons. It's just where they grow. Well, here it's a difference. Lime, lemon. It's a big difference. So
Limon verde?
Yeah, so that's the thing. So that is exactly. They say verde lemon, verde lemon or lemon verde. So
See,
it's green lemon.
I speak enough
Yeah.
to get by.
So that was something that I ran into the other day. And the other one was michelada. So michelada, from my understanding, is it's tomato juice, some Worcestershire sauce with a beer, right? Well, the guy the other day wanted a chelada, and I'm like michelada. He's like, no, chelada. So I'm like, I didn't argue with him because I'm like, I don't think we're speaking the same language here. And then I got help. So chelada, apparently, and again, this is regional in Mexico because you gotta realize Mexico's a big place, just like America is. People say different things in different places. So chelada, where this guy's from, is just lemon juice and beer, right? So then I go to my friend who is Mexican, and I go, dude, what does chelada translate into? Like, what's he saying? Chelada. He's like, well, chile means beer. And I go, what do you mean? I go, cerveza means
Cerveza.
beer. He's like, no, chile is slang for beer. And I'm like, God damn it, now you got me all fucked up. Because of course it's slang. Of course you have slang names for beer. It's like we do. It's like we do. So, Spanish is a complicated language. It has its nuances just like English does. And it was just funny. You learn new things every day. And living in Vegas, dude, we work with a lot of Spanish.
You see all kinds of people from all over the world. But you know what the coolest thing, getting back, my place I would live in a heartbeat, and you're going to laugh, I would live in Seattle if I had my choices.
Why would I laugh at that? I thought Seattle was cool.
Seattle is one of the greatest places.
I would live in Mississippi. I would live in Biloxi, Mississippi.
You can have the American salt. You can saw that motherfucker off and give it to Cuba.
I would live in Biloxi because you reason why? Cost of living.
Cost of living, yeah, but you don't make as much money.
Well, that's the problem. But Seattle's expensive, man. But
Seattle's expensive.
Pacific Northwest, I mean, is amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. My dream was always like own a lighthouse, just so I could wear me a sweater. And just
run it up and down, fill it up with whale oil to keep the sailors away from hitting the rocks.
You know what? They got modernized technology and stuff.
But I'm just saying, why you fantasize? Did you just want to wear a sweater and be somewhere cold, man?
Yeah, just
because if we could line that up here, man, I'll buy you a sweater. I get you a fucking pipe. I'll put you in the freezer. You just fucking hang out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll play some whale sound. We gotta get Dan in a blanket like that.
Any pictures?
You need pictures? Yeah, we'll get you a blanket like that. Pictures.
Hell yeah.
We're 12 minutes, man.
But hey, you know what? Just think about it. Tell us.
Where you want to live.
Put us in the comments. Where would you live if you had no restrictions and money was no object?
Well, money no object. That's a whole nother discussion.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
New York City.
Yeah. Live right in Manhattan. That'd be cool. Like the fucking in that movie with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino. They had like a badass penthouse overlooking all the shit.
Yeah.
Was it Devil's Advocate?
Devil's Advocate.
That'd be fucking sick. That'd be sick. Or maybe Trump Tower. It'd be fun to live there.
No, I wouldn't live in Trump Tower. I'd shit on the floor every chance I get.
Boom.
Talk to y'all later.